DEFYE is a connection. DEFYE is art. DEFYE is meaning.
DEFYE is entrepreneurship.
DEFYE is original.
DEFYE is you. DEFYE is us.
DEFYE is expression. DEFYE is movement. DEFYE is Michigan.
Imagine you've got a college degree and you're living out in California, you've got this great architecture job. You decide one day to quit your job. You move out of your place 2 blocks from the beach and you sell everything you own. Call your mom from the RV and say, "Mom, I'm living in an RV now." My name is Michael Dorherty, and a lot of people know me as Michael DEFYE at this point, and I'm the owner of DEFYE Clothing. It's definitely more than just a clothing label. I had traveled the world for about 10 years as an artist and ended up starting the roots of this on the streets of California. I had quit my job as an architect at the time. I sold about everything I owned and moved into this RV that I had bought from a rock band for $2 grand. I ended up working in 2 different mental hospitals. I worked in a prison. I actually volunteered at the prison. I was counseling people. I was looking at all of the different extremes in life. I just wanted to figure out what life was all about and see it through my own eyes. So DEFYE at the root, it's an acronym for define your own existence or find your own way in life. Sometimes you have to defy the world around you. So I started drawing and designing these shirts to kind of pay for living in an RV, and my idea at the time was to do this documentary on the meaning of life and traveling around the country. Well, I had such a good time designing the shirts that I ended up putting the travels on hold, and from there it evolved into this giant label, what it is today.
I like to think that, Mr. Dorherty decided to get off the highway, and start going down that side path to get where he has to go. And I think that that's something that's really important in today's modern day society, is kind of breaking away from what the societal norm is and taking that norm and making it your own.
It's like rebellious, it's just kind of like just control chaos, I guess I would put it. It's just everything's unique, everything is just wild, but I don't know, it has its own vibe, definitely. I've never seen a store like it, I can say that.
I mean, it's expanding. It's a different medium than what you would normally think of in an artistic expression. It allows you to create something, and then that, in turn, becomes something else by being worn on a body.
This is a pretty unique operation. In fact, we are, I'm pretty sure, the only operation of its kind in the entire country that has all the printing, the manufacturing elements, and the retail elements all combined in a mall setting. We do all of our own production in-house. All the printing companies in town were telling me what I wanted to do was impossible. So I finally said, screw it, I'm gonna figure out a way to do this myself.
A process of a couple days when you're working with a larger company, someone who's like shipping out to China, that process of our couple days can take weeks.
To start, the initial process of designing is coming up with the concept or the idea. And I'll spend an average of at least 50 to 100 hours per design, sometimes 150.
He'll come up with a design, he'll draw it out, I'll make the pattern for it, either making a new pattern or modifying one of the other ones we've had, and then we'll make a sample size, and then I'll sew it.
And this right here is a screen of one of my designs. And then you would take the screen down here, and you have a giant squeegee that you squeegee the ink through. You do this several times depending on how thick of a coat you want. And you bring it back up, you take your shirt off, and then you would put it through the conveyor belt dryer. The last big event we had, I ended up having my dad fly in the helicopter. He was in the back of the helicopter. And we arrived at this event in this helicopter, and we had 60 guys dressed in black suits kind of marching in for our entrance with all the models and the limos and stuff. So it was pretty neat. And when my dad got out of the helicopter, I think he finally got it. You know, he was like, okay, my son isn't just designing some t-shirts somewhere in an RV, or, you know, he understood that what I was doing. So in a lot of ways, this clothing label was a connection to other people, fellow drifters or people just fighting to find their own way. It was the missing connection that I never really had along the road. From that worldly experience, ended up being able to form a clothing label that ended up relating with a lot of different people on all kinds of different wavelengths.
I think from the product that they sell to the vision behind it is really inspiring, and especially working in retail for most of my life, being around someone that's that innovative and wants to know new material and wants to know new ideas and constantly challenging himself to be better is really inspirational.
Ultimately, I want to be one of the biggest labels in the world with DEFYE, but I always want to maintain our independent edge too.
I'm just trying to compose myself not to say anything sarcastic. That's all.
Answer in your own personality.